Everything begins in the mind. Before anything becomes a reality, it was first a thought. The car you drive, the phone you hold, the house you live in, the relationships you entertain, they all started as thoughts. And the same is true for your destiny. What you think consistently, you eventually believe. What you believe, you eventually speak. What you speak, you eventually act upon. And what you act on becomes your life. That's why mastering your mind isn't optional. It's essential. If you don't take control of your thoughts, they'll take control of you. And not every thought has your future in mind. Some thoughts are distractions. Some are seeds of fear, failure, and limitation. If you entertain the wrong thoughts long enough, they become strongholds that limit your progress and paralyze your potential. Your mind is not a dumping ground for every fear, lie, or toxic opinion that floats your way. You are not required to accept every thought that enters your head. You can reject it, replace it, or reframe it. Too many people suffer not from their reality, but from the lies they continue to believe about themselves. You're not a failure because you failed once. You're not unworthy because someone walked away. You're not hopeless because things got hard. That's the enemy playing games in your mind. You've got to recognize when a thought is not of God, not from truth, and not serving your growth. If you don't take thoughts captive, they will take you captive. Mastering your mind means becoming the gatekeeper of your peace. A disciplined mind doesn't come naturally. It must be trained, and that training starts with awareness. Pay attention to your inner dialogue. What are you rehearsing day after day? Are you feeding faith or fear? Are you empowering your potential or entertaining defeat? The greatest wars aren't fought on battlefields, they're fought in the mind. And the weapon you need is truth. Replace those limiting beliefs with affirmations grounded in power. Start declaring, I am capable. I am chosen. I am disciplined. I am enough. Speak over your mind what you want your life to reflect, because your thoughts are shaping your direction whether you realize it or not. Don't underestimate the silent shaping that happens inside you daily. But the mind is only 1/3 of the equation. You must also learn to control your mouth, because your words are extensions of your thoughts. And once they're spoken, they create impact. Words can build, but they can also break. One moment of anger can destroy a relationship. One careless comment can cost you a promotion. One negative conversation can plant years of insecurity in a child. That's how powerful your mouth is. It's not just a tool for expression. It's a weapon, a compass, and a mirror. If you want to rise higher in life, you must master the art of restraint. Not every thought deserves to become a sentence. Not every emotion needs a microphone. Powerful people aren't loud, they're measured. They don't talk just to be heard, they speak to build. They choose silence when silence is strength. They know when to pause, when to bless, and when to walk away. Don't confuse volume with value. You don't have to prove your worth with every word. Let your actions carry the weight your mouth doesn't need to. Speak when it uplifts, when it empowers, when it instructs. But don't let your mouth betray the future you're trying to build. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, and every word is a seed. Some people can't figure out why they live in chaos. It's because their mouth keeps sowing it. Learn to speak peace, speak purpose, speak power. And then there's your money, the third pillar of self-mastery. Money reveals what you value. It's not just a tool, it's a test. How you manage money tells the world how you manage discipline. Some people pray for a financial breakthrough but never build a budget. Some want blessings but keep spending beyond their means. God doesn't bless waste, He blesses stewardship. You don't need more money, you need more control, because it's not about the amount, it's about the management. If you can't handle $100, 0 cents, you're not ready for $10, 0 cents. If you get a raise and your spending rises to match it, you're not growing, you're just maintaining a cycle of lack in disguise. Financial discipline is spiritual discipline. It's not about being stingy, it's about being strategic. Every dollar is a decision. You can spend to impress people or invest to elevate your future. You can chase instant pleasure or build long-term peace. When you control your money, you control part of your freedom. Debt is not always a financial issue. It's often a mindset issue. We spend to feel worthy. We buy to numb pain. We chase things to fill a void. But no purchase can replace peace. And no amount of material gain can make up for a lack of discipline. Master your money, or it will master you. When you bring your mind, mouth, and money under submission, you step into a new realm of maturity. You become dangerous in the best way, because now you're not easily manipulated by emotions, conversations, or temptations. You're not swayed by trends or tormented by opinions. You're focused, grounded, clear. That's what separates leaders from followers. Control. People who can sit in discomfort without reacting. People who can delay gratification for greater reward. People who think before they speak, save before they spend, and walk away before they engage in foolishness. That's power. And that's the kind of power that builds legacies. But it doesn't happen overnight. Mastery is built in the moments where nobody sees you, in the decision to get up early and feed your mind truth, in the moment you choose to bite your tongue instead of clap back, in the choice to put something back on the shelf because your goal is more important than impulse. It's in the repetition of good decisions that you build great character. One thought at a time, one sentence at a time, $1 at a time. And over time, what looked like small steps becomes massive transformation. The world will always try to pull you in 10 different directions. There will always be noise, distractions, and temptations. But self-mastery gives you an anchor. You're no longer a victim of circumstances. You're a steward of destiny. You realize that you don't have to control the world to create peace. You just need to control yourself. Your mind doesn't have to wander into every fear. Your mouth doesn't have to respond to every insult. Your money doesn't have to go where your feelings go. You can choose differently. You can live wisely. You can break the cycle. You don't rise by accident, you rise by intention. And that intention begins in the inner world. People may see your clothes, your car, your charisma, but God sees your self-control. That's where real power lives, not in how much you can get, but in how much you can govern. Can you govern your thoughts when doubt creeps in? Can you govern your mouth when conflict arises? Can you govern your spending when desires scream louder than wisdom? That's the test. That's the pathway to real success. Not just outward achievement, but inward alignment. So today, commit to it. Commit to mastering your thoughts, guarding your words, and managing your money. Speak less, think more. Spend less, save more. React less, reflect more. Your life doesn't change by chance, it changes by choices. And when you learn to rule your inner world, your outer world begins to reflect it. Peace becomes your portion, elevation becomes your reality, and power becomes your quiet confidence. Control your mind, control your mouth, control your money, and watch your life transform.